nothing too techie.
Okay.
How are we gonna start this? I guess it's my show, so I should probably come up with that myself. Welcome back to Kilimanjaro podcast. I'm here with Lockdown T, everywhere, because obviously, marketing and that. It's standard.
Trust me. Yeah, it's gotta be unified, man.
Yeah,
Lockdown T everywhere. YouTube.
Otherwise, no one's gonna find you.
Exactly, man. YouTube, Insta, TikTok, all those things there.
But yeah, what do you say in your thing? You say state your name, cuz, innit?
Yeah.
So state your name, cuz.
Hey, I'm Lockdown T, innit?
And what we doing today?
We're repping, innit?
We're repping. I guess so. We have to.
I had to come correct for my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On my thing, you use my thing. I like that.
Man. So tell the people what you do, because I don't know how many people would know you from our audience. So yeah, just kind of break it down. Obviously, man's on TikTok. Something that we failed to do as a collective, because me and CJ have our opinions on it, and mine's kind of coming towards, starting TikTok and using it to promote and shit.
Okay, all right. Let me move a bit closer so I know that I'm in shot.
Therefore.
Yeah, so now basically, I'm a TikToker / content creator.
Yeah.
Like to call myself content creator, innit?
Yeah. It sounds nice, innit?
Yeah.
Has a ring to it.
Yeah, exactly. More of a content creator rather than just a TikToker, you feel me? But yeah, I basically talk about music, essentially. I've got a music commentary TikTok, essentially. So yeah, all things music. I'm quite a big fan of Dave, so I speak about Dave a lot, as well as people like Digger D, Unknown T, Saint,
the UK music scene, basically.
All the UK music scene, basically.
Knox a lot.
Knox, exactly.
Alpha House just came out, so obviously you had to dive into that one.
Dive into it deep. Man. So man, I just do music commentary, but then also at the same time, I've got a show on YouTube called TikTok Show, where I basically bring in bare different TikTokers each episode to kind of hear their story, how they got to where they got to, and where they're trying to get to. So yeah, man, I just do a whole bunch of things. But yeah, man, I'm a content creator in all parts of the word. You get me?
So because your name is Lockdown T and you're a content creator, did you start content creating in lockdown?
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Alright, so simple, right? Simple.
Man.
You can get it.
Exactly.
You know where he started. No one has to ask that question anymore. Said on the podcast now, you know what I mean? So
trust me, I'm an easy guy, man. I'm an easy guy.
So why did you start content creating? Because there is a kind of opinion of content creators that are like, okay, if you're small and you don't have the following behind you and you haven't I guess done the laps around the pitch, then you're kind of just begging for attention kind of thing. People say this, people say that.
Yeah. No, the reason why I started, basically, when it came to lockdown, the first thing I did was think, okay, cool, so all TV broadcasters' schedules are going to dry up very soon, innit?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be able to actually film, because they're not going to be able to be in close capacity with each other.
Yeah.
So I thought there's going to be a gap in the market for people wanting to watch content on demand.
Yeah, all the time.
So via YouTube, that's the easiest way to do things. So I was if you're gonna start content creation, the best time to do it is within lockdown.
Right now,
because you know what I mean. People are gonna be wanting more than what TV can bring to them.
Yeah.
So I thought, boom, let me start on YouTube. I started on there, but then quickly found TikTok and was this is my thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can churn out content a lot quicker.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And it's more accepted to churn out content quicker. On YouTube, it's kind of accepted to post once a week, twice a week, maybe 3 times. TikTok, you're supposed to be posting 2-3 times a day. So it was able to just get my creative juices flowing, and I was able to just actually put all of my time and effort into that, because at the time I was on furlough and that with work, I had bare time on my hands and I was still getting paid. So I was like, let me jump on TikTok as well. Just started really getting creative with it, kind of just watching what everyone else did.
And then just kind of replicate it and take little parts here, little parts
replicating, getting inspired.
Or someone's doing a commentary, but their ad-libs are kind of off. Mine are a little bit better, a little bit smoother with that. Might as well.
That's what I'm saying. You know me, when it comes to the smooth talking, I got that. So
and that's what it is, bro, because you're really good at capturing how the artist would have felt when they're recording the track. I've noticed. And because you're such a Dave fan, you know all the words gospel, like that. What was it? What's in your bio? Ecclesiastes 3:11.
Oh yeah. You
know what I mean? So it's like the gospel. You get me? Like the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
I hear that. Do you know what? So are you referring kind of to my studio sessions?
Yeah.
TikToks, for instance.
Yeah. So one that I watched recently was the one that you did with Clash.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that one was a really interesting studio session video because like I created it within the time that Dave's tour in the UK was happening.
Yeah.
So I was able to like piggyback off the back of all of the hype of the tour, and I was doing a lot of content relating to the tour, and I was getting a lot of traction, like bare followers, bare comments, engagement, etc. So when I dropped that video, it was just a perfect time to do it. It went crazy on TikTok. It kind of did dead on Instagram, which I'm pissed off about, but it did very, very good on TikTok. It's nearly on 1 million views, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like everyone, when I was like, let's say at the concert or just in and around the O2, they were like, oh, you're Lockdown T, you're that guy who did the Clash video, or you're the guy who's about Dave, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like it was they're fun to do, I can't lie. Like, I proper love doing them kind of, I call them my studio session videos, innit? I just think they're mad fun to do, and you've got to know the lyrics off by heart.
And I think it's like a bridge between you dissecting lyrics and wordplay and all of that, and the funny skits that you're trying to get into. So is that where the direction's heading?
So I
know you can't, well, you can reveal a lot because this is going to come out in like a few months or so.
Nah, like, so I actually started doing funny videos on TikTok.
Oh, that's your first thing.
That was the first thing I started doing.
Okay, that makes it different.
Videos.
Okay.
So I was a funny man, innit? I was a funny man.
I'm the funny man. I'm telling you guys, it's true.
I was a funny man before I was a Dave man. You get me?
Yeah.
But
obviously you get eclipsed by what people know you most for.
And that's Dave, 100%. Yeah. That's Dave. Like on TikTok, I'm the Dave guy, innit?
Yeah.
Bit weird to think that, but I'm the Dave guy on TikTok. So I started on the funny thing, and then I moved into the niche of UK music commentary. So actually, it's one of them ones where I'm kind of like getting back into doing the comedy stuff, but it's all still music related. So it might be like I'm doing when the opponent was in the studio session of the rapper that was doing beef to them. If you get what I mean?
Chip's one was crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like
was Stormzy and Dave as well, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, what would happen if Dave and Stormzy were in the same studio session when Chip was recording Clash?
And at the beginning of that TikTok, I won't spoil like the whole thing.
Go check it.
But it's like, he calls them up first and then he introduces them to the studio and then he goes off.
Exactly.
So you have to watch them.
Exactly. I like doing that kind of creative stuff. So obviously I've got my wordplay, I've got my analysis, all that kind of stuff, but I'm just trying to keep it fresh and keep it diverse. I'm very analytical when it comes to like what's popping and what's not, when I should switch something up, when I should try and reinvent the wheel, you get me? So at this moment in time, I feel like my studio sessions are going well, so I'm pushing a little bit more for them. I even recorded another one literally just before I came here. So I'm recording them like pretty much every week. Every weekend.
And that's with every type of content, isn't it? Like if you're not creating consistently, then you're kind of abandoning that 1% mentality. Where it's like, okay, step by step by step, and then you'll eventually get there.
Facts.
Because there is the thing with time, right? Like not many people understand what time is. And I say that because it sounds, a little bit obvious to vocalize. But the thing is, in hindsight, it's always in hindsight. When really and truly, if we valued the time that was there, then we would have a better understanding of time. So it's almost like creating your leverage by creating consistently.
Exactly. My man's coming with that profound knowledge,
Yeah, man. Some of it was just big words to sound intelligent, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, it was there.
I hear you though. Like, basically, this content thing is all about consistency. Because it's them ones where you'll have times where you're popping, but then you'll have times where it's so dry. But you can't let that demotivate you. You gotta keep on going and going and going. Because lo and behold, there's gonna be a time where you pop again. You get me? So you gotta just carry on with it, man.
Yeah, man. Like even people like him who have 100K now, right? You're still getting like 2,000 on some videos
exactly.
that I think you should get more.
Facts.
But he's still getting like 600, 2,000, then you get a big one.
Exactly.
And then it's again, then you get a big one. You know what I mean? So,
and that's the thing, like I'm always trying to push to get those hundreds of thousands of views consistently. But it's hard to do that because the algorithm might not favor you sometimes.
Exactly.
And you never really know when the algorithm is going to favor you or not, unless you've got a huge following, and then you know you're always going to be hitting that 100,000.
Yeah. At least you're going to have 100,000 people there, but they're not always going to be in the pocket for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how it is when you're trying to schedule something with your boys, bro. It takes like a couple of weeks to get that plan in motion.
Don't even get me started on
Bruv.
that, man. My man, them are way too unorganized. Hey,
but that's how it is, bro, because you allocate all of your time to your work and stuff like that. So when it comes to like, you know, connecting with friends, etc., when you're in your 20s, you kind of fuck that off to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
Why do you think people go back to their families and start chilling more with their families, and you see like little Instagram reels of them at restaurants and shit? What? It's because they have to spend more time with their family, because those are the people who are always going to be there.
Yeah, trying to do the civilian thing. Yeah.
But I try and do both in my life, and I'm sure you try and do the same with yours, right?
100%. I'm a big family man. Big family man. So always gotta spend time with the family, make time for them as well as the boys. You know what I mean? You know, some man just love the man them. Like, they actually
like too
love
much,
the
like
man
too
them.
much, yeah.
You know what? Everything is put on a group chat. Like, some guys love the man them, and like, I love my boys. Don't get me wrong, but I'm very much a balance between family and whatnot. Come on, man, be FaceTiming me.
Like how he said balance, but he looked at my Equilibrium T-shirt as well. So you see the
Equilibrium.
You know what I'm saying? This is my clothing line, by the way.
Oh, so that.
Yeah, that I'm obviously it's not nothing yet. But hopefully when the content starts and all of that shit, and I get a following, you know,
doing the
friends
thing, yeah,
man. It's just sleek. There's gonna be different seasons, but we won't talk about that right now.
Jeez, come on.
So, obviously, I found this guy through his video with Tivian. So he's like an illustrator who did some football boots where you were gassed about it from the beginning. That's the first video I ever saw.
Shout out my guy Tivian.
I was trying to get them on the podcast, Sam and Tivian together.
Yeah.
Because I got their boy Elevate today.
Swear down.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I know him. I met him last summer at one festival. Yeah, shout out all of them, man.
Shout out all of them,
cool
man.
Peoples.
Like you see in London, there's kind of like a collective of 50 people who are kind of doing different things, and now they're starting to collaborate, and I can see that. So I'm like, I need to collaborate with these men, innit? If I'm gonna get anywhere, and if I want to learn certain things about, let's say, TikTok, for example. We won't talk about that too much today. But I guess my question for you is, with ourselves starting to post our podcast clips on there and starting to make like other like creative content, maybe some funny skits, because everyone wants to be the funny guy. Yeah. You know?
Not everyone can be though.
Not everyone can be. It's not possible.
Realities of life, you get me?
You know what I mean? You just gotta suck up and move on, do something different. I wanted to be a rapper when I was in lockdown, yeah?
So,
you hear my voice.
Just in lockdown?
Yeah, so everyone wants to be a rapper, bro, because it's cold as fuck to be a rapper, man. Why do you replicate Dave's shit? Because you know Dave is cold as fuck, and you're like, yeah, this is saucy, you know what I mean? I can get some bitches with this swagger, this cleavage. And you know that's true.
I don't need to do it to just better myself, you feel me? I ain't got that in mind, but you know.
Yeah, but even me, like, I watch certain people's interviews, like J. Cole, because he's wise to me, he's intellectual, and he has that wordplay aspect. Yeah. You know?
Crazy wordplay.
So it's just like whoever you relate to, innit?
Yeah, even though I said in one of my videos recently that J. Cole is boring as hell. Low key, he is.
I get that perspective from so many people, bro, because he's a storyteller.
Low key, it was clickbait. It was clickbait. He can be boring, but he's so talented. He's so talented.
But you know, I guess people go,
exactly.
You know the J. Cole part. Like, if someone was like, oh yeah, nah, Dave's songs are just too
depressing.
Too depressing.
But they say that.
Yeah.
They do say that a lot.
Because they're realists. And everything that's real is to a certain extent triggering or depressing.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean?
But like, you've got to be someone who can take that. You've got to be someone who understands pain and like struggle in order. If you're someone who's not really been through anything in life, you'll be thinking, what are these men talking about? Because you can't relate to it. But that's that real stuff that you need to hear sometimes. Not every day just, I want to whine on a girl and
I want to whine on a girl and get best stats.
Yeah. Nah, come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Man. Sometimes
I want 100 M's. You get me? Like
100 M's for real.
So, but you said 100K in one of your TikTok, bro. I was trying to research, bro.
Say. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was when I hit 100K.
I guess when you were waiting for that first push, what was the first video that got you there? And how did you feel? And how did you calm yourself down from the hype?
My most viral videos are not about Dave, not about music. They're about funny clips. They're funny skits, innit?
Yeah.
So my biggest ever video is on like 3 million views now, and it was literally just like me watching TV, but I was imitating a kid watching Peppa Pig, innit?
Yeah.
So when that blew, and it blew quickly as well, I was like, raw, this is crazy. Because I've never experienced that amount of attention, traction, engagement.
And it's probably a video that has very little effort that you put into it. So you're like, what the fuck is going on? I've been trying so hard.
The least effort. That's to this day, that's my most least effort put in video. There was no output in it. Yet it's got the most amount of views. It was just smart and relatable, wasn't it? So when I was getting that traction, Lad Bible reached out to me about wanting to use it. Puberty reached out to me about wanting to use it. Like, it was cool.
And the second you get that going, you know that's gonna spiral.
Yeah, exactly. So you know it's gonna go crazy, innit?
And how many followers do you have at the time?
I probably had about like 40k.
Yeah.
At the time, maybe.
Okay, so you built a solid base, but this was the one that was like, okay.
I'm capping. I probably had about 25 at them times. Yeah. But that really boosted it, obviously.
You up,
So how did I feel? It was good. I felt
obviously,
I felt proud of myself.
Yeah.
For being able to think of a creative idea that I'd never seen anyone do before.
Yeah.
And then, you know, put it out there and it be successful. I'm someone who is very leveled. I try to center myself a lot, and I try to stay very humble because for me personally, I know that I always give the glory back to God, innit? So it's like, if I do something successful, if I get a great opportunity, I'm always thanking God, because it's like, okay, cool, without him, I'm not gonna kind of like have that. And what I mean by that is that like the skill that I have is put in me through him, right? So I always try and be like, okay, cool, this ain't about me getting a bigger head or whatnot, because realistically, this is a God-given talent that I've got, blah, 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 you get me? So I always try and just stay humble, because I know that things can always switch at any moment, right? So I take it in and I just say, all right, cool, this is good, but what's next? You know? And that can kind of be a gift and a curse, to be like, what's next all the time? But I just stay humble with it, because I'm like, well, it was a good video and it's getting traction, so yeah, cool. I deserve it. But I'm not gonna go and run mad with it and start thinking I'm
start saying, oh yeah, no one can talk to me anymore. You know those people who get like one selfie with Cardi B or some shit.
Exactly.
They're like, no one talk to me anymore. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Like, you're not brand new. You know what I mean? Like,
you haven't changed. That didn't level you up to a point where you can talk to people like that.
And to be honest, look, even if I do get to that stage, or
you're gonna try and send yourself back.
Facts. When I get to that stage of like big success, it's gonna be a situation of just always remembering when
remember that.
Always when because you've got to be confident. You got to be confident with it. So I always know I will always like be that humble kind of person, and I've got people around me who keep me humble.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the barrier that you have when you're thinking about God and you're thinking, okay, it's not just from me, it is from me. And you have put in the work because you have put in the groundwork to feed the vessel that God has given you. Right? But it's just like having a friend who will literally scrutinize you and you keep them there because you trust them, obviously, and allow them to scrutinize you, and that you allow yourself to get kind of offended. Because having that person there is key. And I have a few people like that.
Let me tell you something, I don't really do all this star sign, star rock thing, crystals and that.
Bro, you're gonna love one of these episodes I comment on.
Taurus, I'm a Taurus, right? And we're stubborn as hell. I am stubborn. When someone wants to tell me about, like, when someone wants to tell me about myself, I take it in, but I'm like, I'm out here trying to throw hands, like, you know, because I'm like, nah, I know what I was trying to do there, or da da da. But like, when someone's like, nah,
everyone's not gonna get your attention.
Exactly, exactly. When someone's like, no, like G checking me proper, like, no, you gotta listen to me here. I'm like, alright, cool. I take it in, I observe, I analyze, and I'm like, all right, cool. If they're saying it and I trust that person, then cool. Let me try and reevaluate like what I'm doing. So I've got people around me who are like that, and I love them for that. You know what I mean? Because it will always keep me balanced and rounded, center of self. You get it? So you need them kind of people there. If you got a bunch of yes man in your circle,
everyone knows that.
Then it's peak. Like, that's no good. That's no good.
But you know what? I just want to pick apart that, innit? Because that's one of the things that people will say without thinking, but they won't actually mean it. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's like, you can't have yes men in your circle, but they will go and attract the yes men into the circle.
Because
and
maybe
that's the battle.
They don't. They don't want to hear the no.
No one wants to hear the no.
Yeah, they don't want to hear the no. They don't want to internalize it, accept it, whatever.
No one wants to hear the no unless you understand that you need to suffer in order to escalate.
Facts. I mean, the whole point of just like making mistakes in order to learn, like that's pretty much what you're saying, you know what I mean? And that thing there is so important. Like,
man.
I wouldn't even say I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I know that I've made some, and some big ones, and there's also more mistakes to come. But I love the mistakes. I love them because I've learned a lot from them, and I make myself better from that, you feel me? So we keep on making the mistakes, baby.
We have to. I love fucking up. Obviously not really, but you know what I mean.
Man.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, let me think of an example in like the corporate world, because I guess that's what I'm kind of
you're in the corporate world,
Yeah, man.
God bless
I'm doing
you,
the
bro.
9 to 5. Yeah,
I can't even lie. I'm doing the 9 to 5 as well, and it's peak. And let me not even say too much, but like 9 to 5 is long, fam.
Yeah, man. Well, because you're going, you're aligning with other people's timesheets.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you're on their schedule, and there is a certain amount of output that you need to do, etc., etc. And it's not fueling your dreams. It's fueling the owner's dreams. And that's the worry that people have. But everyone understands that anyone who's doing a 9 to 5 is only supposed to be there for a select period of time, until they can clock out or until they can move across their money and get more leverage from like trading, stocks, real estate, etc., etc. That's why people are there. The problem with the 9 to 5 system and the perpetrators of that are the people who stay in there too long to get out, and now they're bitching about it.
You see them jobs worth, man, there, who will stay an hour, 2 hours after their shift, after their hour. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like, go and put that extra time into something that's going to benefit you.
But you're thinking that because you've also reaped the benefits of doing that.
I do hear that.
Do you know what I mean? So you're never going to have that perspective of like, you know what I mean?
So what, you think that man who are trying to do something outside of the 9 to 5 but it's flopping will just be like, no, bun this. Let me just put all my effort into the 9 to 5.
100%, because I've been there so many times, bro. Like, okay, so in lockdown for me, I'll briefly talk about me because, you know, I'm conceited. That's why I have a podcast in the first place.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So I was trying to find a creative outlet. I was always writing poetry. Admittedly, it's because I saw it on Fresh Prince. When, you know that one episode where he was trying to like, get all the girls in the poetry class.
I think I do, you know. Yeah.
And then like Jeffrey took the girl. It was a good episode. It was a good episode.
Shout out Fresh
Prince.
But
I've always been doing that, and I always want to do spoken word. So that's been in the back of my mind forever. Right? Because I think I'm a pretty philosophical guy. I can like connect the dots and I can understand people pretty quickly.
Okay.
Those are what I think are my gifts, if you may. And I was trying to find another creative outlet to kind of like push that forward. So, okay, let me do TikToks. Oh no, now I sound cringy. Now I'm going to stop doing that. So I pushed that aside. I'm coming back to it now because I understand the benefit of it. I wanted to do rapping, as I was saying. So I went to these kind of studio sessions, which is why we do it here, by the way. It's all sentimental shit, right? But I was rapping and you guys hear my voice, right? So my voice is a little bit too high pitched to do what I want to do and to sound how I want to sound. So I stopped and now I'm only freestyling with my guys on the
But you shouldn't do that because like Millions has got a high pitched voice.
Yeah, but Millions is still like, you know, you have to also understand that I have a 9 to 5 job. You get me? So there's a certain aura that comes from a 9-to-5 man when they're trying to sound hard. You get me? And I'm not saying that I was gonna talk about like
Chinging man and
Chinging man and violence and all of that shit. Like I've been around. Like a lot of my friends are not in the life, but are around the life. We saw that plenty, you know. But yeah, I just wouldn't be able to do it, bro. And the reason why I'm saying that is not from my perception. My perception was always I'm the shit. Do you know what I mean? But it's the humbling man around me who are like, listen, bro, I do this thing. My producer, right?
Yeah.
My CJ, he's gonna hopefully do an episode with you as well.
Yeah.
But he was like, listen, your rapping is decent, your wordplay is okay, but it's just like, you know, I don't think you can really do what you're trying to do, and you should like lean back to something a little bit more melodic.
Okay.
Is what he was trying to push me towards.
Okay.
But I had an idea of what I wanted to sound like, innit?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did you? So in the end, you accepted it.
I just accepted it.
Okay, calm. Because
I was like, just like the 9-to-5 man who's looking at, just like the 9-to-5 man who stays behind and you're looking at them like, what the fuck? You know, it's just like that. I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm gonna run away from it.
Yeah, if you can't be the whole package, then sometimes go back, reevaluate, and try to like reinvent the wheel and do something a little bit different. But it's good that your guy was just like, it's not.
And it wasn't just him. That's what hurt a little bit. It wasn't just him.
Days.
It was like at least 10 guys, bro. Because I sent my shit around, innit? And you saw the yes man. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my eye on you because you're a little bit of a yes man still. Do you know what I mean?
Them man were just saying, nah, that ain't it, bro.
They weren't even saying it was like horrible.
Okay.
They were saying, I like the lyricism. It's just
delivery,
the voice. It's just the delivery, the confidence, everything.
I can't lie.
It is a little bit of confidence as well.
Yeah, okay, I hear that. I can't lie to you,
Yeah.
If the voice ain't there for me, when I'm listening to an artist, if I don't like their voice, I don't care what they're saying. I don't care how they're flowing. I'm not listening to them.
Yeah. Give me an example of an artist like that.
So I love this artist. I don't listen to her, but I respect her so much, but her voice just doesn't sound nice to me. Little Simz.
Okay.
So it's like I know she's such an excellent rapper, one of the top in the UK, hands down. Say that with my chest, But her voice is not attractive to me.
I felt that on Top Boy so bad, bro.
Oh, whoa, no. For me,
her voice vocally. So I was listening to her voice on Top Boy, and I was listening to how she sounds on songs, and she sounds pretty similar to how she speaks.
Right, okay.
And to me, also, her voice is just not attractive to me.
Right. So I was a bit. So for me, she's just one of them artists that I will listen to, but it takes a lot for me to because it's the voice.
Yeah, there has to be some controversy around her for you to be like, okay.
Possibly, and then let me even give you Millions as well. Actually, I don't particularly like his voice that much. I'm more into like deeper voices.
That makes sense.
I'm more into deeper voices.
Well, that makes sense because you have a deep voice. So you're gonna find what you relate to.
Yeah, exactly. So like those are two examples of people who, you know, I think they're great artists, but just the voice really like steers me away sometimes from pressing play on them. And that's not fair. It's not. But
it's just how it is. You're gonna relate to what you relate to, innit?
It's life, boy.
You can't like fucking construct something out of thin air.
You get me?
You know what I mean? You can't construct a love for something that it was never there in the first place.
If it ain't it, then it ain't it, man.
Yeah.
Don't cry, don't beg.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, exactly.
It's all over.
But I guess I found something that I was passionate about and that I could keep on doing the shit that I wanted to do, keep on collaborating with my co-host, doing spoken word shit and so on. But that will come later on.
Spoken word is good, man.
Yeah, man. No, I'll show you some stuff. I'll send you some stuff across. Yeah, but it's Zan Words on Instagram if you want to check some of the stuff that I've written out.
Oh, hell no, man. Yeah, cold.
But yeah, talk to us about yourself. So obviously we've spoken about lockdown a little bit and your journey from there. But yeah, talk about the building blocks before that.
Yeah.
So I know you went to uni, you went to Loughborough, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I've been there one time, like for a party and shit. That was very fun. Won't talk about it on this episode. You have to wait.
Okay.
But
so grew up in London, but then moved to Kent when I was about 10. So I did most of my like developmental years in Kent, innit? So
okay.
Yeah, so like,
that's different.
Yeah, low key, I'm a Kent boy.
Yeah.
But I then moved back. No, so I went to then uni after being in Kent.
Yeah.
Loughborough, as we're saying.
Yeah.
Did international business. Was fighting with my mum on the kind of like lead up to going to uni, because I was like, nah, I want to do something creative. She was like, nah, do a plan B options that you can then do the creative thing, and then if it flops, you've got the degree to fall back on. Shout out her for that, because that was like some real wisdom, innit? So yeah, I did
safety net, innit?
Exactly.
Like that's what our parents and a lot of people who are in the older generation, that's what they tell us.
They're wise, bro. They're wise. I can't lie.
They're wise, but sometimes if you got it, just go for it, innit?
You know?
But that's not me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
With a high pitched voice.
That's not me still, you know?
I did. Yeah, so I did that. Uni was good. Loughborough was cool. Nightlife was not great.
Yeah, it's kind of dead at night. Yeah.
Apart.
Yeah, and it was like not just the girl and me. It was
everyone,
like 30 people around, and we were just like chilling there.
Dry. I used to do.
I got a podcast out of it from her, but still.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I used to do that in like year 8. Yeah. Loughborough's dry, bro. Loughborough's dry. I can't lie.
But the education's good, and that's probably
very
good.
Right? Very good. We're like top 5 uni in the country.
Come on, little flex.
Don't ever get twisted.
Yeah.
So like, it was good, man. I can't lie. Overall, I enjoyed myself at Loughborough. Yeah. Then I came back to London and started working straight away, basically.
It's like I need to get bread, need to recoup from student finances and all of that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man. I was kind of lucky because I basically did a placement year.
Like a sandwich year.
And I worked at the Walt Disney Company, innit? So then from there, my manager gave me a job after uni with a new company that he had created. So literally, straight after uni, I was blessed enough to just go straight into a job, innit?
Yeah.
But then that kind of came to an end during lockdown.
Cool.
Because it was a start-up, they didn't have enough finances, etc.
Exactly the same story in my first company.
Swear down. Yeah.
As soon as I finished uni, secured it, then obviously furlough happened. Then they were kind of like trying to keep the faith a little bit so that it wouldn't tell us
you know that. Yeah, you know that one.
And then you're like, it's going downhill. Then you see some of your people leaving. You're like, fuck, I'm going here now.
These jobs don't care about us, you know, because them man will cut you off whenever. You're just a cog in the work to them, and that's what me and my boys always try and say to ourselves. It's like, cool, respect the workplace and whatnot, but like at the end of the day, like you're just a cog in their machine.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna cut you, they'll cut you, and they'll do it pretty coldly. So don't respect these companies too much. You get me?
Not too much.
Respect them, but just
respect them. Don't get yourself fired.
Yeah, of course.
But also, it's the startup culture, isn't it? So it's like when you're a startup company, you're gonna do everything and anything in your power
to save,
secure that shit, and to save money, and to make sure you negotiate salaries, etc., etc.
No, facts.
And they just don't have the resources. So when stuff goes tits up, you're gonna have to move. The beauty about going into a startup company is that you learn more. So if you want a career in the corporate world, it's a good place to start. But I would try and go for somewhere that has a lot of resources that won't just fuck you up.
Yeah. No, and I was even gonna say, so like the startup that I was in, it was like an influencer marketing company agency, innit? So I did learn a lot there, and like shout out to them. You know, it wasn't the best of times at all times, but one thing I did learn is how influencers work.
Yeah.
And like that definitely gave me a real understanding, which I was able to then put into my thing now. You get me?
Yeah.
So I've seen how the
influencers talk to companies.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen how that ecosystem works from the business side as a brand and now as a content creator. So I know, for instance, that like when a brand comes to me and they're like, we've got like, how much is your fee? We don't really have that much in the budget. I know that they're capping. Because you know how much is in the budget, and they're just trying to cut corners as much and save as much money.
Because you know the budget's going to be around the ballpark.
Exactly. So it's just them kind of little things that I've learned from being at my job that after I started off at after uni, and then bringing that into my content now. You get it? So shout out.
Has that helped out with collaborations and stuff?
Yeah, just like securing more money for myself and kind of working and talking to the brand in a kind of respectable but like progressive way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
putting forward ideas to them, and I understand how
you understand how a company wants you to speak to them.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Isn't it? Yeah,
and I also understand like all of the parts. I know that like you're not just going to be speaking to one person in the company. There'll be a team, someone who deals with the account as a whole. So like, let's say it's a marketing agency, and they're working for, let's say, Sky, right? They come to the content creator. They're like, we've got a campaign for Sky. Yeah. We're the middleman. We want you to do this, this, and this, right? You have the person who holds the account that has been given the responsibility from the company, and then who goes and basically like deals with the PR everything. Manager, innit?
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So I would say more like an account manager. But then you've got like the person who deals with the creative, and then you got the person who like liaises with the actual creators. So like you got all of these different parts to it, right? And like you'll be speaking to different people all about the same one campaign. You get it?
Yeah.
So you've got to know how to like speak to
different people.
You got to know how to put down them emails.
A little bit.
Exactly. You get it? And working in the 9 to 5 definitely helps me with all of that, because I know how to construct an email properly. I know how to speak to
exactly, because you had to.
Yeah, I know how to like put forward, I need a little bit more money for this or whatnot, and then also prove why. You get it, with the backing of analytics and what, you know what I mean. Like you just gotta come pattern with it, because like if you don't come pattern, I swear down, these companies will finish you. They'll finish you, man. They'll give you £200 for a campaign when they allocated 1,500 for you. Let that sink in, man. Two bills.
You're just leaving bread on the table.
Two bills.
Do you know what
you
I mean?
get when they aimed to give you 1,500, but they cut the cost because you were too dumb to think, oh no, this company's got bread.
Yeah. And it's not even the point of believing in yourself. It's just a point in understanding the background that goes into it.
Just understanding.
Because you believe in yourself anyway.
Facts.
Because you're doing the thing.
If not, you should.
Well, if you're not, what are you doing? Leave a bread on the table for no reason.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? But yeah, like, you know, talk to the people who have been in corporate sides and maybe ask them a few questions if you're doing the TikTok thing.
Facts. And also, I would have been that guy who accepted the 200. And you know,
because 200 is nice. What for a TikTok? Yeah,
exactly. I would have been that guy if I hadn't have asked experienced content creators before I spoke to the brand about it.
Yeah,
they asked me the fee. I went and was like, "What should I charge to certain people?" And they were like, "Bro, you need to do this." I said, "Huh?" I couldn't believe it, because what I was gonna say was literally like 20% of what I eventually got. You get me?
Yeah.
So it's all about really doing your research, looking and speaking to the people who had done it before you, and then going with that, because it's actually very easy to just get gassed that you've got an opportunity and you deal with it all yourself. But nah, man, take a step back.
Yeah.
Think about who out there I can speak to that has some more knowledge, has a bit more kind of backing, about a bit of industry experience.
Yeah.
Speak to them first and then make your move. You get it?
Yeah, man, because you get carried away, and we don't understand time as human beings. We don't understand the start to finish.
Yeah.
So if we don't understand that, then it's easy to take a quick check. That's what people talk about, a quick check, right? What, you're getting quick checks from TikTok? Why would I say no to that? Instead of, how can I maximize this opportunity? And that's what you're saying, isn't it, really?
Facts. Maximize opportunity is so key, bro.
But yeah, let's go back into the creative element. So let's go even towards the beginning for you. In school, how were you? Were you like head down, I need to do my books, I need to make my parents proud, my mom proud? Or was it like, you know, I'm kind of a rebellious kid?
I was a good kid, man. I was a good kid, I can't lie.
I already know this, I asked him before.
I was a good kid still. I would get good grades. I would try and work as hard as I could.
Yeah.
I was okay with the teachers. Like, I'm quite a personable character, innit? So all of the teachers did like me, but it was just because I didn't ever really cause any trouble.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I was also kind of popular, so I would hang out. And usually when you're in school, and you're young, it's usually the bad kids that are popular. I wouldn't
think that with Ken.
No, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bro, I've chilled with a couple of Kent, man. I know how it is over there, man. Wine and dine only.
Everyone from London thinks that Kent is just a bunch of farmers and greenery.
And they have beautiful golf courses. I played golf as a kid.
They do. I can't lie. But
so that's what you.
I mean, it was a normal school.
But most of the time it is bad kids who are popular.
Yeah, so like. But I'm not even trying to say that my friends were bad or whatever, but it's just like some of them
you were able to liaise between the two.
Yeah, I was able to
going back to the equilibrium thing. Equilibriumapparel.com. Go buy that now.
Come on. So I was able to do the both basically. Yeah. But like I was even deputy head boy in secondary school. I was a prefect, like bro, like I was just a good boy. I can't lie, I was a good boy. And people liked me basically. And it's good. I'm proud of that, you get me, because I don't really see any fascination in being like the bad boy, like, you know what I mean, like cool, if you are that then that's calm, but personally that just was never me. So I would work hard to try and do that for myself, also make my mum, my dad, my family proud, you get it. And like I think I've always been a hard worker in whatever it is that I do. Not too hard actually, just consistent.
Consistent enough.
Because I clocked at uni, like I did not work as hard as I could have. Yeah,
that's what everyone says on this podcast, man. Everyone's like, in uni I fell off. Why did you fall off? Because there was more escapism about. You know what I mean? It was easier access to escapism, and you tend to get handheld, especially in business courses, for the first couple years, and the last year you kind of left on your own. So that last year you get fucked, and you don't do any partying, and if you do, you're fucking yourself even more. Which I did myself. So don't worry, guys. I still got what I needed to get.
That's what I'm saying.
I was about to flex, bro. And let's not say that.
You see, with uni, I went into my first uni assignment thinking that it was an A-level piece of coursework, right? I went in like, I'm gonna just do it a week before it's in. I'm not gonna do that much research for it. Like, it will be calm. Especially it's first year, innit? So I'm there thinking,
this is the doesn't count
either. Exactly, it doesn't count either. But let me tell you, when I got my grade, and I saw like 45%, I said, huh? I said, alright, cool. I need to switch it up, because even though it doesn't mean anything, that hurt my pride.
It's pride, isn't it, mainly?
I said, there's no way I can carry
I'm not
on
a 45% kind of guy.
I'm like 65 and above, you get me? Like, so when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool. I can't go into uni assignments the way that I like used to almost do A-levels. But like, I bust A-levels, like my A-levels were good, right? But it just was a step up, in my opinion. Some people will say that A-levels was easier than first year, but I personally never.
I would say that. I'd say A-levels for me was
easier. That's it. I never experienced that personally. But that was actually because I'd never done business before in A-levels.
That makes sense.
So I was new to this. Whereas I did like English, history, performing arts and psychology in A-level. That's my thing, innit? But
you can kind of see how you were talking about how you're trying to stay in the middle, blah, 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 right? And then you can kind of see with the subjects that you picked that you're still trying to stay in the middle because you still want to be this creative person. But you're also like, I want to be creative, but I want to be known as intelligent. Do you know what I mean? And I'm in the same fucking boat. I can't even cap. Like, look, I did English. Any bad bit that comes to you is like, yo, I can construct sentences.
Trust me. I got an A too.
Man.
I mean, that's why I do the analysis, man. Everyone on my TikTok is like, yo, this guy's an English teacher, fam. They're like, yo, get this guy in my curriculum. Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. Man. I like words. I like constructing sentences and whatnot. So man. That's kind of why. But like the first year of uni was a bit of a shock to me. So essentially, I just had to work a little bit harder. And I think that's what has been a key element of me from the beginning. Like, I see a lot of people start something, let's say talking creatively, specifically, Instagram page or a TikTok. I see them start it and they just fall off and then they'll come back again. And then you can't do that, unfortunately. You can't do that.
People will forget about you.
People will forget about you. And then it's like, oh, okay, he or she is now back on. But it's like, now they've got to start from the beginning again in terms of like knowing what you do. You get it?
as we were saying before, you lose out on the leverage that you built previously.
Before, facts.
So, a guy that I was doing a podcast with, Let Me Preach, shout out to you. He has a good fan base, you know, like what? At least over 10K downloads over 3 years, and he's been doing it pretty consistently. Sweet. And he wouldn't agree to a podcast with me. I didn't have anything out. That's one. Okay. But two, it's because I haven't been doing it consistently enough for a long enough time. So after 3 months, I went back to him, and he obviously let me on again. And that's what he told me. He was like, listen, people lose out their leverage. And I've seen so many people, my podcast co-hosts, everyone, they fall off, they lose it, they try and come back, and then they're like, fuck it, let me go into 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sad state of affairs.
It's sad because they want to be this creative person still.
But you can do both, I can't lie.
And you can always still stay in touch with your creative side. You don't have to necessarily be a content creator, a musician, this, that, the other. Yeah. You can just draw on the side, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can still stay in touch with it.
It's all about balance. I can't lie.
All about balance,
it's all about balance. And
it's about creating that balance.
Yeah.
It's not about, because I had a cake today, I'm gonna have an apple tomorrow, I'm gonna be okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna work like that.
Man said them health proportions.
Man,
nah,
it's not gonna work.
For me personally, I've created that balance because I have to have my 9 to 5 because it finances my TikTok show on YouTube. Like, that costs, bro. That costs me.
The studio sessions, right?
Yeah.
Cost you,
as in the actual studio sessions. The space. Yeah. So I have to pay for the studio. I have to pay for my videographer. That's a check, bro. Like, every single month, I'm putting out, let's say, a quarter of my salary a month on that. Yeah. But it's an investment. And that's what I'm willing to do. I'm not really saving that much anymore because I'm putting it into that instead.
Yeah, like, and it's a different kind of savings.
Exactly.
And you have to look at it like that, because if you don't, then what? You're going to look at your account with savings, you're going to be like, I'm a dickhead.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? If you let yourself say to yourself, you're a dickhead, that's where you go down, you know what I mean?
You're actually a donut if you're doing that. But no, that's so true what you said. Like, you have to think of it like, cool, you might not be physically seeing the savings building up in your account, but what you're doing is you're investing for the future. You get it? Yeah. Like, what I'm putting in with the work now with my TikTok show and then just my content overall is an investment, because I know that opportunities will come, and hopefully those opportunities will then be big enough where I start to then reap the benefits. And like, it's happening because now with a couple brand deals that I've been doing, I'm able to pay for my TikTok show with that money
rather than yours,
rather than my money, and I can start saving again.
Yeah.
So you get it. It's a full cycle. It just carries on. But that's just got to be consistent, and the way to be consistent is about putting out the content. And like, thank God for my 9 to 5 for that.
And I think that separates you from a lot of content creators out there, because a lot of them go all in, and I admire you for that. If you've done that, then props to you, bro, because that is very risky. You know, they do part-time jobs and stuff like that to fund it, which is obviously less risky. Yeah. But still, a 9 to 5 will give you a little bit more on top. But you understand how to run shit as a CEO because you've been in a business.
CEOT, you know.
You know what I mean? You gotta say that, CEOT. It's not gonna be lockdown T anymore. Lockdown's over.
CEOT, yeah, I like that.
But you understand like the different functions of a business. How you were saying about who you have to liaise with in terms of brand deals. You have to do the people who are in the creative team, people who are head of marketing, and then the people who you're directly talking to, like an account manager.
Facts.
You know, and you understand that you need those people around you to start building a business around the investment that you've been putting in.
Yeah. I mean, I was even talking to like one of them, like one of the colleagues from the brand that I'm been working with, and like, she was just saying to me, I can't lie, like, when I've seen, so this is kind of on the other side of the story in terms of content creators and balancing 9 to 5. She was like, I can't lie, when I've seen a content creator go from doing 9 to 5 to going all in TikTok, it's always benefited them positively. And I'm just there thinking, what? Like, I hear it. I hear it. And I'm like, I just don't know whether I could do that right now. But then it's probably just fear. Rather than, because the more time I had, the more content I could create. Therefore, the more opportunities that would come from that. So it's all like a give and take. But these times I'm there thinking in the back of my head, like, cool, I got rent to pay. I got flipping car to pay for. I got food to buy. Like, you get it?
That's
So,
the shit. The anxiety kicks in and it kind of fucks up your equilibrium and it fucks up your thoughts. And the second your thoughts get to you, thoughts are like the most persistent parasite that you can have.
Yeah, I hear that. Do
you know what I mean? So,
definitely.
The second you start thinking about it, you're like, I'm going to keep my 9 to 5 for a couple more years until I'm secure enough with the savings that I can start doing now that you're getting bread from
elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's just like, you got to take that jump at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
when's the jump gonna happen? Who knows? You're gonna have to find out.
You're gonna have to find out.
He's not gonna answer that right now.
I have an idea, but
he has an idea, but that's for his head right now.
Trust me, no one else is.
No one else is, man.
Work,
maybe the vision board that you can kind of see it if you go on his TikTok right now.
It's very fake, isn't it? I've actually thought about like writing subliminal messages on there and seeing whether any of the comments pick it up. The people pick it up in the comments.
Because it's just got to run up the engagement.
Trust me.
If you don't run up the engagement, then we're fucked.
Run it up.
So yeah.
You know what I mean?
Talk about your first brand deal, how you secured that.
Yeah, interesting. So, let me say my first paid one.
Because
first paid one. There was one that I did. It was just kind of like free stuff.
I didn't like that.
They're not good.
I got Manscaped to sponsor us for like a month period with a trial run. I was gassed with the statement that I received, which is like $200 worth of products for free, but obviously they didn't give us any bread. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like we want the money. We want the money and the product.
And the product.
So the first paid product I did was actually with a jewelry company, which is where I got like this and a couple other things from. They basically just sent me an email. Really, I got my email like tagged on all of my socials, and they just sent me an email saying, we want you to promote this brand. It's a jewelry company. And I was like, okay, cool. That is fine, because I knew I could make some content around that. I like jewelry. I like watches. I like chains. I like bracelets. So I was able to pick nearly like £600 worth of products. And then they also paid me on top per video. But one thing I clocked, is that now that I know what I'm worth a bit more, I got bumped, fam. I got bumped.
He knew what he was doing. Or she, who knows?
It was a she, in fact.
It was a she. There you go.
I had to do 6 videos for them. And honestly, let me tell you, the accumulated amount that I got per video, altogether, let's say, didn't even touch like a 10th of what I got with like my recent brand deal that I did with Spotify, for instance. And it's just like, now I know, innit? But it's just a good learning curve. But it was cool. I basically just had to do a couple different videos. There was one where I just basically like did a little baby impersonation. But I had like all the jewelry
that makes
on.
Sense. That makes sense.
All the jewelry on, and I was like, shout out my label, there's me. Like, you know what I mean? So
just mumbling a little bit.
That's kind of like a trend. It was a trend at the time, innit? So I think it was just exciting to get the first paid one, because that's a tick. You get it? Like that's a tick off the list. It's like, cool.
Now I need another tick.
Facts.
Basically,
it's like people are seeing me. They're liking what I'm doing. They want to work with me. Now it's just about having discernment and being like, cool, which ones do I go for? Which ones do I push to the side? Because I get emails and some things just don't align with my content, so I'm like, nah, sorry.
And it's a luxury to be able to do that, because now you've got that first check underneath you. You're like, okay, I can say no to a couple of these now, because I don't need the extra bread. Need the extra bread in inverted commas.
Exactly. It's funny because do you know your boy Moyo on TikTok? The guy, he like rants. So he's like he's my guy, innit? And like he was on my show about 7 weeks ago.
I need to go watch that.
And he was telling me about how he turned down a 25k deal. And I just said, good lord.
Like a tear comes out of your eyes. You're like, yo, if I had that opportunity.
And do you know why he turned it down?
Why?
It was because it was a cannabis company So he was like, that's not me. Like, I don't smoke weed. And I said, I rate you so much for that.
Yeah.
Because so many men are looking at that $25,000, yeah?
Yeah.
So many men are looking at that check and saying, bun the brief. I don't care what they want me to do. I'm taking that right now.
Yeah, but that's the moments that you can draw someone's character from.
Facts.
You're like, okay,
absolutely facts.
You're now a certified guy to me because you've done that. And if you keep on showing me things like that, you're going to be in my circle forever.
You're a real one. Like, Moyo is a real one for that, because that taught me a lot about, like, boy, like, the money can be good for certain things.
But I need to look at myself and see if it aligns.
Exactly. The brand is key. You get it? So I need to always put that in to my next moves. You get me? And even if the money is good, does it align with the brand? If it does, then happy days. Let's get this money. But if it doesn't align, then it's like, you're gonna have to do some real, like, quantum physics evaluation to just to understand whether that's gonna be right for you or not. You get it?
Yeah, man. I guess the last thing is, what's next for you, bro? What should they look out for? What's popping in CEOT's life?
We're gonna run with that.
We're gonna run with that one.
Lockdown T CEO. All right. So what's next? Like, I can't say too much because I don't know when this is gonna come out. But I'm part of an interview series for a decent platform.
UK
I'm
Social,
really.
right?
Pardon?
Is that UK Social or is that something else?
No. It's something else. So I'm gonna be interviewing artists. And that will be really fun.
That'll be sick, bro.
I've also basically content-wise, I'm just gonna be staying consistent, innit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a lot more like studio session videos. I'm gonna be doing a lot more analysis videos.
Yeah, the stuff that you guys already like. He's gonna carry on doing
exactly.
That shit for you, don't worry.
But like I've also been doing a lot of like pictures as well on Instagram, for instance. Like I like a picture from time to time, and I like to kind of see where my fashionista lockdown T side comes out. You get it? So I'm trying to like go a bit more into that. I like fashion in it, so I'm gonna be going a little bit more into that area on Instagram. I think it's a good look and it works for me personally because I like clothes anyway.
I think any male content creator, like even when I started thinking about being an influencer in inverted commas, because we don't want to admit that to the people. But
content
I did already.
Creator, innit? We don't have to say influencer. Content creator.
Influencer is a bad word. To be fair.
Shout out influencers.
Yeah, but shout out to you guys.
We just ain't
Molly Man, that come on, 24/7. Let's go.
Hey, no, shout out Molly Man. Actually, shout out say that. Hey, you lot decide, innit? You lot decide.
Yeah, you lot decide. Tell us in the comments below if you agree with us. I mean, we've been talking about consistency a little bit, but because it's from us, we might be accepted. You know what I mean?
Nah, anyway, she's doing her thing though. So whatever, man, whatever.
Yeah, man. But, I don't know, but I wanted to get into the fashionista space as well, bro. Like I even had a girlfriend who was a photographer at the time, and she was taking mad pictures in fucking Madeira and Edinburgh, wherever we went.
Moving like Dave. Man, so my ex-girl want to shoot a cover for
bro,
Vogue.
literally, man.
Pretty ironic because she's top of the range.
Bro, I wouldn't mind getting a girl who's a photographer again, man. Like, that was sick. You know how gassed you are? And the thing is, I like people who humble me. So on one hand, they were humbling me. On the other hand, they were like, okay, but look at this photo. You look bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
giving you that
balance.
Real balance, as always. Yeah.
We said balance too much now, man.
Nah, but if you had a girl who was a photographer, you'd always be like, you always be set right on Instagram, whatever. You'd always be looking good. So
yeah, man. And it feeds into your mission.
Yeah.
And I guess for us, man, anyone who feeds into the mission makes sense.
No, 100%.
Be it a girl or be it anyone else.
100%.
So shout us. We here.
Trust me,
we creating content.
Trust me, we really are. All the time.
And yeah, man, no, it was sick to meet you, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Kilimanjaro podcast. You do your thing, man. You do your thing. Yeah, I like that, man. It's been your boy Lockdown T, you get me?
Yeah, man. That's it. It's been your boy Lockdown T.
AKA Stiff Chocolate 2.0, AKA the reason why your baby mama loves Dave. You get it?
Yo.
Yeah. That's the reason. I'm the reason your baby mama loves Dave. I can't lie. I'm actually the reason. TikTok.
Because baby mamas aren't really listening to the lyrics until they go on Lockdown T's thing.
You get it? When I start dissecting, their mind opens up and they say, wow.
I didn't even realize. Now I do.
I didn't even realize that meant that and this meant this. But this guy, so yeah, man. Shout you out.
Love, take care, guys. We'll be back with the next one in a bit.
Sir.